The spirit of Lake Kivu. On nights when the moon hides and the wind refuses to blow, the villagers by Lake Kivu stay indoors. They bolt their doors and whisper prayers, for those are the nights when she wakes, the spirit of the lake. Her name is Nyamuragira, though most are too afraid to say it aloud. People say she can change the weather in a blink. Her moods decide whether the lake will be calm or wild. And if you anger her, some say she will drag you into the depths, never to be seen again. The elders tell many stories about her, but one is told more than any other. The story of Kamanzi, the boy who dared to challenge her. The curious boy. Kamanzi was not like the other children in the village. Where others followed rules, he asked questions. Where others feared, he felt excitement. He loved the stories of Nyamuragira, but he didn't believe them. It's just water, he would say. How can a spirit live in a lake? His mother would scold him. The lake is not just water, Kamanzi. It has a life of its own. Respect it, or it will punish you. But Kamanzi would only shrug. I'm not afraid of some old story. One day, after listening to the elders tell tales of Nyamuragira, Kamanzi decided he wanted to see for himself. If she's real, I'll find her, he told his best friend, Kabara. Kabara's eyes went wide. Don't even think about it, Kamanzi. The lake is dangerous, and Nyamuragira doesn't forgive. But Kamanzi only laughed. I'll prove to you there's nothing to fear. The still waters. The next morning, when the sun rose bright and the lake looked calm, Kamanzi took his small wooden boat and pushed it into the water. Villagers saw him and called out, "Where are you going, boy?" "Just fishing," he lied, waving back at them. The water was unusually still that day, like glass. There was no breeze, no ripples, not even the sound of birds. Kamanzi paddled to the center of the lake, far from the shore. He leaned over the edge of the boat, staring into the clear blue water. At first, he saw nothing but his own reflection. But then, something changed. His reflection disappeared, and in its place, a pair of glowing eyes stared back at him. "Kamanzi," a voice whispered, soft but cold, like wind through tall grass. He froze. His heart pounded in his chest. "Who's there?" he stammered. The voice grew louder. "You have disturbed me. Why have you come to my waters?" Kamanzi couldn't speak. He wanted to row back, but his arms felt heavy, as if the water itself was holding him still. Suddenly, the boat began to rock. Waves rose out of nowhere, slapping against the sides. The clear sky turned dark as clouds rolled in, and thunder rumbled in the distance. "Forgive me," Kamanzi cried, gripping the boat's edges. "I didn't mean to disturb you." The waves grew taller, tossing the boat like a toy. Kamanzi thought he would surely drown. But then, as quickly as it started, everything stopped. The lake became calm again, and the clouds drifted away. The voice spoke one last time. "Leave now, child. If you return, you will not leave alive." The escape? Kamanzi didn't wait to be told twice. He grabbed his paddle and rowed faster than he ever had before. When he reached the shore, he collapsed on the sand, gasping for air. The villagers ran to him, their faces full of worry. "What happened, Kamanzi?" He couldn't speak for a long time. When he finally did, all he said was, "She's real." From that day on, Kamanzi never went near the lake again. But not everyone believed his story. The fisherman's warning. Years later, the fishermen of the village began noticing strange things. On days when the water was too still, boats would disappear without a trace. On stormy nights, they heard whispers carried on the wind, calling their names. The elders told them, "It is Nyamuragira. She does not like to be disturbed." To this day, the villagers live by her rules. Never say her name at night. Never fish too far from the shore. And never, Ever look into the water when the wind stops? The unseen presence. Sometimes, on quiet nights, villagers swear they can feel her watching. They say her glowing eyes can still be seen if you're brave, or foolish, enough to look into the lake. And if you do? They say you'll hear her voice, soft and cold, asking the same question she asked Kamanzi. Why have you come to my waters? The answer doesn't matter. Once you've seen her, she'll never let you go. So, the people of Lake Kivu keep their distance. They tell the stories to their children, warning them never to tempt fate. And as the moon rises and the winds settle, they stay inside, whispering prayers and hoping the spirit of the lake is at peace. For when the lake grows quiet, that is when she wakes.